What's the story behind Philip Lindholm's signs? You must have noticed that was possibly the most signs ever used by a candidate to Lakewood City Council. We're a small town, after all. Most of those signs have now been taken down, but I'm sure they'll be back up closer to the November elections, sprouting like dandelions after some rain. It seemed like overkill, and of course those signs must have cost a small fortune. In fact, how much did they all cost? Also, if you look carefully at Philip Lindholm's signs, you will read at the bottom, Community for Philip Lindholm. This is the campaign organisation's official name. Who is this community which is rallying around Lindholm to get him elected? Well, let's take a look. This is a matter of public record, and you can find it right here at Washington's Public Disclosure Commission. So here is the website for the commission, and this is the page for Philip Lindholm, and we can find out about his contributions. So here we can see that so far there have been contributions totaling $30,705.02. Additionally, we can see that he so far has spent $19,522.71. And then there is a page which shows an itemized description of his expenditures. And we can scroll down and we can perhaps find out about how much he has spent on his signs. And so anything here. So we can see here there is an expense here of $2,809, and it says it's for campaign sign assembly, placement, delivery and installation. And if you add up all the sign related expenses, it comes to $5,690.70, at least according to my calculations. I don't know whether that includes sales tax. And this raises an additional question. Who paid for all the signs? What about the contributors? So this site, the Washington's Public Disclosure Commission, does list these contributors. And so here they all are, and they come in sort of different amounts. There are some small contributions and larger ones, but it's the larger ones that we should really be looking at. Contributions of, say, $1,000 or more, and that's what I'm going to now focus on. For this purpose, I made a list of all donations that had a combined total of $1,000 or more. So if a contributor had made more than one donation, I added the donations together. Here is the list. Not such a big list once you remove donations that are under $1,000. And all of these donations together total $20,600, which is around 2/3 of all of the contributions that he received. And as far as who is donating, we can see that there are some real estate interests. There is Stonegate Associates. Now, Stonegate Associates have an apartment complex in Lakewood. They gave a contribution of $1,200 and then another contribution of $800. So that's why Stonegate Associates altogether comes to $2,000. Then there is the Master Builders Association of Pierce County giving $1,200, and Brett Jacobson. Brett Jacobson is a real estate developer, and there is Patricia Jacobson. Patricia Jacobson and Brett Jacobson have the same address, and there is Landlord Solutions. Well, I think that speaks for itself. And going further down, Claude Remy. You can see several of his apartment buildings on Gravelly Lake Drive. Oh, I almost forgot, Terry Wise. Now, Philip Lindholm is CEO of Terry Wise and Associates, a real estate company, and Terry Wise contributed a total of $2,400. Going up the list, there's Sands McKinley. Sands McKinley founded the law firm of McKinley Irvin, and McKinley Irvin has the same address as Capital Ventures. So Sands McKinley gave a total of $2,400, and Capital Ventures also gave a total of $2,400. So that totals $4,800. Looking at Sands McKinley in some more detail, we can see that he donated to Let's Go Washington. And in total, he gave 7 individual donations, which totaled $12,000. In closing, there is not really any groundswell of community support for Philip Lindholm, as his signs try to suggest. The bulk of his money is from larger donors, and in particular real estate interests. These are his community. You cannot judge a candidate just on his smile, his charm, his smooth promises, or his degrees, whether finished or in progress. You can only judge a candidate by those who back him, his community, who are prepared to donate real money to his campaign. When you see Lindholm's signs, remember who it really is that's paying for them, and ask yourself whether their vision of Lakewood is your vision of Lakewood.